Marietta Mehanni, and this week we're going to be doing some abdominal training using the Swiss ball and the step. Now this muscle conditioning workout is appropriate for your abdominals, and so if you're having pelvic floor dysfunction, it might not be appropriate for you. So best to check in with your healthcare professional because it might not be appropriate for you, because there could be some downward force depending on what's going on with the pelvic floor. So it's a great workout for people who don't have any dysfunction there. So we're using the step and we're going to be using the ball. And what we're going to do is we're going to position ourselves so that we're sitting on the ball just behind the end of the step. You're going to walk yourself forwards so that your feet are on the step and you're in this position. So feet on the step, lower back on the ball. And we're going to perform almost like a reverse curl. So to do this, interlace your fingers and place it at the base of the skull and across the back of your neck. So you're actually covering that entire area so that your head can fall back in your arms and you're not going to place any stress on the neck. Because if you just place it behind the head, you'll place stress on the neck. Place it on the neck, that's probably a good place to begin too, but supporting the really heavy part of the skull is also great. So you're supporting your head, your body's in this position, you're going to go backwards. So you're going to extend the spine and then come back up to the neutral starting position. So we're not doing the old sit-up fashion anymore. We work the abdominals to lengthen them and make them strong in that lengthened position. So going back and then coming up. So with the breathing, because everyone always asks me about breathing, think about exhaling on the effort phase. So breathe in and exhale. Breathe in, exhale. And you only want to go as far back over the ball as you feel comfortable with your lower back. So for some people that can't go very far, and that's okay, just walk your feet, just drop your hips further forwards so that you don't arch your back as much. You want to work a little bit harder, you straighten your legs even more. So why use the step instead of just doing this on the floor? Well, we can play around with some of the aspects of being up a little bit higher. So the first thing is for level 2, so if you're an instructor, I'll usually do around about 2 blocks of music with this, and then I'll introduce level 2. Level 2 is a tap to the floor as you curl up. So up and coming back down again. So breathe out and breathe in. Breathe out, and it increases the challenge from a balance perspective. But this is, other than working balance, which you might say, well, how functional is that to do because you're lying on your back? It's more about the fact that the wobble creates more muscle recruitment. So you actually work a little bit harder because you're having to control the wobbling action. So when I'm teaching a class, I usually do 2 blocks of music of this, which is plenty of time for people to get comfortable with it, and then to introduce level 3. So level 3, the difference is I'm going to stretch my leg forwards and gently tap the floor with my heel. Yeah, gently tap the floor. So what you want to avoid, and if people are doing this at a level that's too hard, they're pushing the foot down and then do the curl, then pull the leg up. It's just too challenging. So if you're doing this at home or by yourself in the gym, make sure that you're not pushing down onto the floor. You've just got to tap the floor gently as you come up and then relax. So then moving on to level 4. Level 4 is constant motion of the legs. So curling up as the legs go down, releasing as the legs come back up. Breathe out, breathe in. So you're starting from the top of the step. Of course, alternate legs. So you can choose to alternate right from the start, or if you're an instructor, maybe 1 block music, 30 counts, doing it with the right leg, and then do the same thing with the left leg. Now the walking pattern can also start from your feet on the floor. So starting with your feet on the floor, then you're curling up as the legs come up. All it does is challenge the balance perspective a little bit so that you recruit more muscle fibers, making the intensity for the abdominals a little greater. You don't have to do thousands of them, because you get that intensity straight away. So, if you want to work even harder than that, start with your feet wide apart on the floor and then come up and release. Come up and release. So you can see now, I'm beginning to try to hold my foot on the step, but the goal is to just gently tap the top of the step as you lift your torso up and then come back down again. Whew, this is quite challenging. And again, as an instructor, I would do probably 2 blocks of music because people aren't going to keep in time. They're going to just move at their own pace, trying to balance and control themselves. So not curling up into a full sit-up anymore. We're thinking about extending the abdominals and challenging them in that position. When we use the step, because of the added height and the fact that you're trying to work out from a proprioception point of view where you put the foot, increases the challenge a lot. You'll find that you'll get a great abdominal workout without having to do the hundreds and hundreds of repetitions to get the same sort of feeling. Quite effective, and that's this week's muscle conditioning tip.